And part of the practice is feeling what it feels like when you're live. And, you know, it's a practice of feeling like you're having a conversation. It's just you can't see the person you're talking to. It's like a one-way, it's like a Marco Polo. It's exactly like a Marco Polo is what I'm suggesting you do on YouTube. Exactly the same. And it's the kind of thing people find
and I could do
really
it on
interesting.
My phone.
Yes, it's very, very easy on your phone.
People do that.
Yeah, and you can, and it's allowed to read books. You know, and yes, we do have to give credit, but you don't have to worry about that. If you don't introduce yourself, that doesn't matter because
you know, I want to sell more of these books. Hell
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the whole process. You record it when you're inspired. We add the links and that sort of stuff later when it, you know, either we have the help or we have the time. And then you improve them over time, but also I love it when you don't, there's a whole playlist I have called Friends Talking About Stuff, and most of them are Marco Polos. We don't introduce ourselves on Marco Polo, you know, and we might start talking about something like in the middle of the story, like, and so it's like, I feel like you're a fly on the wall getting to drop in and hear what a friend is sending another friend. And so, yeah, that's Friends Talking About Stuff. And so you don't worry anything at all about, oh, I'm supposed to do this. No, do whatever you're inspired to. That's right brain.
Right. So and that's what I want to do more of. And that's what, you know, the romantic writing, I could not, every time I thought about it, I became nauseous.
Well, look, and honestly, that would be a great video. Because people don't know how to understand their own signals of intuition versus fear.
Yeah.
And you are going to have a much clearer understanding of that than even I do, even though I'm quite aware of it. I haven't experienced it long enough to really. And so your process, you moved through the process of identifying whether or not an opportunity was for you really like way faster than I thought. You knew what to look for. You looked at it. You decided, is this a good thing or not? How's it feel? Nope. Next.
Right.
And some of the stuff is probably awesome. I bet you've looked at stuff that is truly fantastic. It's just not for you.
The people that I fired today, they would have been great. but no, I fired the people that I hired yesterday. And
not the right fit, huh?
And well, a better deal.
Oh, is this for drop ship still?
It's for drop ship still, and but who fulfills?
I'm gonna drink your water.
Who fulfills all of the drops is Walmart.
Interesting.
So there's so the inventory is always there. You know, you just send off the order.
I'm fucking pumped to hear about and learn more.
Yeah. So
great.
Anyway, so I'm going to talk to him some more tomorrow. I'm going to have to, I'm afraid, well, maybe I should take this off. No, it's a 49, so I need to sit the other way.
Oh, okay,
So that my patch is in the shade.
Oh, okay. Good noticing and remembering to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
that's important.
And I want this patch to keep working, you know. I just started using the 49s. I am not going to be able to order patches this month unless I come into some moolah.
So we should specify that as an item. We've been specifying acupuncture. We say acupuncture is desperately needed. It's this much. Patches, extremely important. It's this much. And then yes, a video of why you want it. Why you want it.
$300 a month. Okay, so okay, I'll do one. Not this very minute.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I should, because I do notice a difference. It's a very gradual incline, and I am, you know, having more energy. If I can get in to see, I mean, you know, look, I've been up since 8 o'clock. Same way yesterday. I was up from 8 till 2 or so, and then bong.
Right.
Down.
Which is
which is fine.
Yeah.
It's very
You're
reasonable.
resetting your expectations instead of the bullshit you've been taught. And be like, oh, I've never posted that. And like, dude, we worked on it for half an hour. It's not like it's over, you know. But you've learned that. pressure and like, oh, I didn't do it fast enough.
And so many of these gene keys, I feel like I could post a new one every day.
Please do.
Because I mean, sweet Mother of God, I mean, it's magic. It's alchemical. You know, it's an archetype, and you know, and it has a shadow, and it has a gift, and it has a city, which is the highest vibration of it, and I mean, and I'm just using it, so I'm just opening it up every day.
Oh, I love it, like that. You don't have to do an order.
I'm not doing it in order, and if I end up on the city for that day, I just do the city. I mean, that's the fucking gift. Cool. So just take it.
And you're trusting your intuition.
Trusting it, and sometimes the shadow is there and prevalent, and sometimes it's sort of like, oh yeah, I was there just recently, and I can see that these people over here are going through that right now.
Right. And it's not hitting you as hard because now you're like, I've been there, I've felt the shit, and now shadow's part of us.
Yeah.
It's
part of life, man.
I finally realized at one point that anytime I pushed away pain or fear or just really like fucking appropriate
anxiety
feelings
or depression,
instead if I was like, A, that's information, and B, I have finally realized that the shit that I'm like pushed down, it breaks, it shatters, it becomes sharper and sharper every time I pushed it down. And so when it would come back up, it was more like knives cutting me to ribbons, instead of when it was after Pete died, after my stepdad died. I was like, I'm going to let this grief wash over me whenever it comes. Yeah. And I'm going to feel it fully whenever it arrives. And that way it feels fuller and softer.
That's the shadow, you know, and you have to
grief
have a
in
shower.
That case. But yes, I'm following.
You have to have a shower, and that's the shadow. You know, you're standing in the shower going,
clearing it up.
Okay, I'm ready to move to the next level, which is your gift. The gift that arises out of this shadow.
Right, and in the darkness is where the light.
And so grateful, you know, you're like in the gift and going, oh, and you can feel all of your DNA just loosen and lessen and get moist and open, and it just so many of the things that are the attachments and the crystallizations. They just get washed away in the gift.
Like flush?
In the gift. Yeah, they get, you know, it's kind of like, here you are, you're in the shadow, and you're all hard points and irritated, and you go to a really nice spa, and you just sit in the spa, and you're just completely embraced by that loving spa energy. And that's where you receive your gift. And you know, and then when you're in the gift stage, not always will you make it to the city, but the gift is such a gift. It will carry you through so that eventually you'll open up the book and you'll land right on the city.
Oh, I believe.
And
so,
you
will see what you're meant to see in that moment.
Yeah. So anyway, so I would love to start a daily or maybe 3 times a week thing of that, you know, just
great.
Just
I feel shivers with the excitement of that being your inspiration to start.
Yeah, you know, I've always taught mind-body classes.
Right.
I taught
do it again.
I taught them every week, and I always had to come up with something new.
Well, now you can go back in your archives and do it again. It's all new again.
But you know, the Gene Keys is definitely something new. And I found out that my friend Katie studied with the author in Hawaii.
What? Of the Gene Keys offer?
Gene
Holy
Keys,
shit.
Rudd, whatever his name is.
So she knows stuff you can't see in the book.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, she's one of those people that has always triggered me and I trigger her. And so, it's time to, get into the shadow work, right?
Reframe, reset.
Anyway, so, but yeah, I look forward to, and we all will say a prayer for my throat chakra, that it will, I used to do this chakra balancing exercise every night. And one of the things that I did was I asked Saint Blaise to bless my throat. When I was a little Catholic girl, once a year, the priest would come along with 2 candles and would bless everybody's throat, because Blaise, I guess, was able to stave off whooping cough or something, and so it's the blessing of the throat. So I've always been blessing my throat, but I gave it up about 6 months ago. For something else, and the something else is the 26th chapter of the Rupa Gita. And I'd like to, it's a YouTube video. Can we just ask them if we can,
we don't have to ask, we just link it. We don't even have to ask. It's assumed you can share it.
It's my, so it's what I fall asleep with every night. And, and it's really,
yes.
It's aligning with the gene keys, and also with the A Course in Miracles now. The Course in Miracles, I'm still reading a little bit each time, but I'm allowing myself to just take a very small dose because it seems more dogmatic.
And you went hard and deep for a while, and you really, really there was a lot you got from that, and it's time to move on. It's not you have to complete it to be successful. You're just all right, I'm ready to move on to the next thing to binge on.
But I still read it. Maybe not every day. Whenever I read it, I read it.
Intuition, exactly.
And so anyway.
Inspired action.
So, but I have been really low energy, and I like really being high energy. And
what are some? So it seems to me you're higher energy after a walk.
Okay.
Or a chakra balance.
Yeah.
You usually feel really great after a chakra balancing.
Yeah.
So you just need a reminder now and then. It's not like, oh, I failed, I stopped doing it. You just I took a break, I'm doing something else, and then now I'm going back to that. And now you have everything you need to share your chakra balancing whenever you feel like it. No schedules. You follow your intuition completely and turn it off when you're done. Start when you want to. Talk about what you want. Let it go.
Okay.
All yours.
Well, I did that chakra balancing thing out on the porch the other day.
Yeah, we have to do that again.
Yeah, but that was only half of it.
Oh.
We didn't do the other. We didn't do the other half where
Let's
the
go do
energy
it.
cut came in through our crown.
And at first it was telling me to turn around.
So,
But then when I got off
I'm
the
excited
exit,
about that
I
when you
thought it was
are.
taking me to the other side of the highway.
Right, like now-ish.
What do you think?
I
We'd
don't
still
know.
be outside.
You're so much faster.
Well, thanks for slowing me down. Remember, I asked you to please help me with that. Do you want to pretend to look dead just so that we can see what it looks like? Because how am I going to know the difference? Sometimes you lay there. Oh, you're breathing. That's right.
Yeah,
That's how I tell the difference.
But sometimes the light of the earth and the light of the sun meet right through me,